What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back today with more Danmachi. And today we're going to do a little recap of the news we got last week regarding the anniversary. The anniversary is expected to drop last Thursday. It's actually dropping tomorrow. I do have a little tiny bit of new news that'll be at the very end of the video, and also a little update regarding the live streams that we normally do for the anniversary. But for now, let's go ahead and talk about this, and then we'll talk about that towards the end of the video. So, of course, this is the logo for 5th Anniversary. 5th Anniversary is going to be a continuation, it seems, or at least a side story-ish, of the 3rd Anniversary event. So this is the story of the Great Hole, the origin of Danmachi. Basically, the long and the short of it, this is the, we know it as the dungeon, but before they added, the spire and all that stuff that actually goes over it, it was literally just a hole in the ground that monsters came out of. Like, people just totally were like, that over there, that's the hole that monsters come out of. You don't want to go to that hole because monsters come out of it. And then people would randomly go into the hole and be like, cool, I'm going to go fight me some monsters. Now, it's like a whole thing. Back then, it was literally just like a hole in the ground that monsters came out. I mean, everything comes from somewhere. This just happens to be the hole in the ground that monsters come out of. I don't know any other way. Like, I can't really, sugarcoat it anymore. That's really what it was. So, original story by Fujino Omori, set in the ancient times before the gods descended on the lower world. So, yes, this is literally, the time prior to the times we know now, where obviously you've got the gods, goddesses, and the familias and stuff like that. Depicts the trajectory of the Great Rebellion operation in which mankind reached the Great Hole for the first time, featuring the Knights of Fianna, goddess of the Palms. So basically, if you read book number 8, there was a lot of talk about Fianna and Finn's whole motivation and all that stuff. There was a lot of talk. We didn't really get a lot of it in the anime. I don't think they even really talked about it in the anime, but it was heavy in book number 8 of Danmachi. So, it says here, featured the Knights of Fianna, a goddess of the Palms who lived during the ancient times of Argonaut, hero of the dawn. So it's basically like a side story to the Argonaut thing. A 3-part tale about the origin of Danmachi. So I guess that was 2nd anniversary too. That was 2nd anniversary, not 3rd anniversary. I'm sorry. 3rd anniversary was Ryu's backstory. This is a side story to the 2nd anniversary. So, which I think I heard recently that's getting actually turned into a light novel, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong on that one. I think I read recently that's going to be wind up happening, because the whole story was that story, so to speak, was supposed to be a project, supposed to be its own light novel, and never came to fruition. And then it was adapted to the anniversary event, and it just got popular. Kind of like the Winter Reverie event that got popular and just became its own manga. This is kind of the same thing. So I think it's actually getting turned into a manga, a light novel. So maybe this will actually happen alongside that. I don't know, but they're just expanding the lore of that prior time. Keyword, the story takes place 10 years after Argonaut, so solid decade after the Argonaut story. In modern times, the Labyrinth City exists at the location of the Great Hole. In the current era, it's called the Dungeon, and eventually became the location of the Labyrinth City Rario. Like I said, remember they have that big, Labyrinth Tower there, and actually, it's supposed to just straight up be the Tower of Babel. Yeah, that's what we know today, but literally it seems like it was a hole in the ground. I mean, once again, everything comes from somewhere. Fianna was a fictional goddess deeply believed in by the Palms, ancient heroes, the mighty and the proud Palm Knights. So basically, she's their deity. It says here she was fictional. The way I read it before in the light novel, it didn't seem like she was fictional. She's just a goddess that nobody believes in anymore. We'll see. I'm sure we're going to get some kind of... They're probably going to elaborate on it quite a bit during the story. So here's Fianna. So she is going to, it seems, be a playable character, or at least an assist from what I can gather. We're going to get Dim, the Dreamer, who I'm guessing is sort of basically like Finn back in the day. Kind of like how Argo was kind of sort of Belle back in the day. Not really, but I guess you could argue they're I don't know what, reincarnations of the other. So Dim is kind of going to be like that. I know Finn's more serious, and that guy seems kind of weird, but Finn is kind of a dreamer himself. Knight's Bow Melina, or Knight's Bow Melina. Bow, I swear to God I can read. Knight's Bow... Knight's Bow... Because, you know, like, weapon? Bow, yeah. Knight's Bow... Not a limb, an actual... Like, Melina. She'll be all new. So the thing to really bear in mind here is that Fiona's all new. We've never had her in the game. Dim's all new. We've never had him in the game. Melina's all new. We've never had her in the game. Helga, brand new character. Never been in the game before. Lazar, brand new character. Never been in the game before. Felice, brand new character. Never been in the game before. Though she does kind of remind me a lot of Anna Kitty, so I'm guessing there's going to be some kind of reference to that. Now, Ryulu is a unit that we've had. Ryulu is very familiar to the old tale, the Observer, as they call her. She's, you know, kind of like acts like a she is for Danmachi what like a Watu the Watcher is for Marvel, like pretty much. Plus, like maybe a little more musical ability. Because if I recollect, she was like basically like the bard in the old tale. So yeah, Ryulu's the only unit that's not fresh CP, unless you weren't here for the second anniversary event, which I'm gathering a lot of people probably weren't. So for most people, she probably will be brand new CP. So that is really awesome. So having these one-off stories means that there's a lot of opportunities. For those of you that I was telling, like, hey, you need to have a certain amount of CP or a certain amount of Iris, you know, a lot of people said, I'm sitting on like 4,000 or 5,000. I'm not sitting on the full 8 to 12 that you told us to have. You could farm it up with this. And they'll most likely, not guaranteed, well, I would say 99.9% guaranteed, they'll have some way to farm Iris uniquely, or farm CP items uniquely, kind of like, you know, the Holy Flames from last year's event and all that stuff. So expect that. It'll be pretty easy to farm that up. We don't have the details on them yet. I'm hoping we get them today. I'll kind of go into that towards the end of the video. If we do not, then we'll have to make something happen tomorrow. But this is the story of the Great Hole, the origin of Danmachi, Knights of Fianna, Knights Glory, the hope of mankind, who lived in the same era as Argonaut, that are depicted on a grand scale in 3 episodes. Somebody was asking how long this can be. 3 episodes. So expect, like the last few anniversaries we've had, 3 months is basically what I'm gathering. Now, a lot of people have asked, how is this going to relate to the new season of the anime? And if you remember, like, the last couple of years, we've always gotten, like, a side non-time limited banner. I think what's going to happen is we're going to get these stories, and then the non-time limited banners are going to be the ones that we get regularly for the anime. So we're going to need a ton of Iris for this, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun. So it's fully written by Fujino Omori, the author of the original story. So this is like Omori's vision of all this. And once again, if you guys were not here for that prior anniversary, the Argonaut anniversary, the story was excellent. It was really, really, really good. Okay. So clear all the quests and pull in all 4-star gacha. That is right. So you're going to get a 4-star Dim for free. Basically, Dim is free to play. But here's the deal. Is it wrong for all of us, for all of us, the 11 draw, basically every unit in this 11 draw, every unit in this 11 draw is a 4-star unit. That is right. You're going to get 11 4-stars in this ticket. It's nuts. It's truly like crazy. So yeah, that'll be farmable with the tail. Don't miss out on that. That is going to be stupid important. Knights of Fianna's greatest glory. So these are going to be the 2 banners that are going to be dropping. So we'll have Fianna, we'll have Helga, and we'll have Felice, and then we'll have Ryulu, what was her name? Melina and Lazar. So yeah. Does say here, now this is very, very, very important. These banners are double rates. So it says double rate 4 stars. But here's the thing, guys, and it is confirmed. These are double rates, but it is all the whole general pool is in here. So you have a good chance to like bolster some of those units that you may have missed or may not have really built over the last year. So those really good units, they're going to be in here. And believe me, we're going to get a lot of 4-star animations and not a lot of amazing stuff. But the really, really nice part about this, the 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th draws are all guaranteed to be new units still. With 3 units per banner, you should at least walk away with 1 of each, and that's what you want. We'll talk getting into these banners about overdrawing. This is the rare time of year where I would say it might be worthwhile, but do remember we're getting a total just of this of 6 banners. So don't go crazy. Don't go broke every single banner. I've done that before. It's possible to come back from it, but man, is it tough. But you do want to be able to go all the way in on all these. You want to go all 10 draws on all these banners. We'll talk about what they do when we get that information. I'm guessing we're probably going to get that either late today or early tomorrow. But yeah. Also, remember we are doing an outfit refinement. We're getting that with a big update. We'll have the version update will probably drop late tonight, early this morning. Is available for all adventurers and assists, so even assists will get outfits. This will probably affect the outfits that we were able to get in the interact page. We'll see how that works out. But basically, you can just level up outfits. Outfit effects are effects that display on your unit during battle. These effects display in both the adventurers and the assists. So yeah, there will be you can be sparkly. But I'm sure it's gonna. They kind of showed it's gonna level up your units, level up your characters. They might even add more SA animations because they've already done that with outfits before. So the outfit thing here is a big side to all this, but that's a huge update, and that's gonna be really important for especially these anniversary units. Because if you haven't seen the videos on the EX missions, I'm still using units from last year's anniversary, still. And they're still good. So don't count them out. We'll talk a little bit more about this coming up, guys. The only other thing I did want to mention. So there is a campaign currently on Twitter. They're giving away 4,400 Iris to 20 lucky people. So if you want to be part of this, all you got to do is hit up Twitter, follow Danmemo on Twitter, Danmemo in the English side of this, on Twitter, retweet, or reply to this post. I've done all the above, and it will basically give you an opportunity to enter for the draw. That drawing, I believe, is the end of the month. Your deadline is June 30th, so if you want to jump on this, just jump over to Twitter and take advantage. It's 4,400 hours, guys. It's a free, all in on one banner. You'd be silly not to enter this. Just silly not to enter it. So make sure you go do that. The only other thing I really wanted to mention, guys, I know a lot of you look forward to the live streams. Unfortunately, I will be out of town tomorrow evening. It sucks that it lines up with, obviously this anniversary. I'm hyped for this anniversary, but unfortunately I will not be able to live stream tomorrow night. I will try to do a makeup live stream. If not on Thursday, then maybe late Friday or something. But we will plan a makeup live stream when I get back in town. But unfortunately, I will be out of town tomorrow. So I will sadly not be live. But I will post on my Twitter and in the community tab to let everybody know what the plan is as far as that goes. But for now, guys, that is going to be the video. Comment, and share. I will be back with more Danmachi for you here really, really soon.